Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general daily collective message for Thursday, April the 28th. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This reading could play out today, over the next several days. This reading may or may not be for you, so I ask you to please only take with you the messages that resonate and leave behind the rest. We're going to talk about some astrology before jumping in with the cards. These energies are very, very intense. So today we have Mercury trine Pluto, the planet of communication, forming a very harmonious aspect with the planet of death, transformation, and rebirth. So, and this just a day before Pluto goes retrograde on the 29th. So the energy really is promoting a very positive energy when it comes to accepting both of these energies kind of working together. So it's kind of like a universal energetic concert. And both of these planets are lending the other strengths that can benefit you to kind of reach a common goal for your path moving forward. So Mercury is all about intellect, learning, communication. And with this trine to Pluto, it is intensifying these powers of mental focus, intuition, and mysticism. So what kept coming through was like the transcendental mind, states of transcendence. Trines always activate a portal gateway of some sort. So this trine aspect is very rare, is kind of what I feel. And in order to fully utilize and use these energies appropriately, you're going to have to get a grasp on the amplification of these energies. So the affinity and the energy is really kind of guiding us as a collective towards higher science, higher metaphysics. When it comes to mastering our own energetic fields, we are energetic beings, even though we are humans. So it's like this interfacing energy between the mind and our physical reality, and going deep into the exploration of understanding consciousness in terms of energy is kind of what I feel. So it's about training the intellect to, work in your benefit, because our mind is always constantly spinning. It's about quieting the mind and manifesting through our mental capabilities. So if you've been in this constant state of contemplation, there's likely a block when it comes to your connection to your own intuition. So I feel the energy is kind of bringing us forward like flashes of insight, this direct knowing of what it is we need to ground and earth through all of these intellectual states of transcendence. So in an everyday 3D world, most of us are mainly preoccupied with, our day-to-day life. And if we want to improve the use of these frequencies and tap into these higher states of consciousness within our mind, then we have to kind of be willing to authentically express ourselves moving forward and kind of peel back the layers and shed all of these layers that are no longer working for us for these new higher timelines. So you might want to just get grounded in the energies today. It might feel very mundane when it comes to any concerns that have been festering below the surface. But this is where we kind of, fly high, and it might create this sense of scatterbrained energy if you're not mentally disciplined. So it's like stepping into the void, stepping into the unknown, and being fascinated with all of this cosmic curiosity in order to really explore your own inner truth and your own spirituality. So it can be very inventive when it comes to higher ideas, potential creative endeavors, when it comes to, exploring all of these different facets of self. And the Mercury energy is going to give way for this analytical, investigative skill, and to use all of these energies to your advantage. But you're definitely going to have to guard against any negativity, and you're going to have to release any thought processes of believing that you know it all. Let's face it, none of us have all of the answers, and we're not here to be know-it-alls. We're kind of here to enjoy the challenges of different viewpoints, different perspectives, And it's not about always winning. So, you know, if you are in that energy of always playing into competition, always going into relationships or situations with the intention of winning and being the winner, I think get ready to face some major failures in the energy, because Pluto energy is implying that you can no longer manipulate or undermine others in the energies. And get ready for people to be exposed when it comes to their ruthlessness. Maybe people that you least expect bringing this energy forward. So I kind of feel when it comes to personal relationships, it's really going to highlight any control issues. It's really going to bring forward this clear sense of what is right and what is wrong. And I think the fixed signs are definitely going to be feeling this. If you have a very fixed attitude, a very fixed belief, or, you know, you're just a fixed sign, and then if you play into all of these social appearances and these status quos, you're really not embracing your true authenticity or true motives. So, you know, we're here to help guide others through life and to, you know, allow the stimulation of all of these different perspectives to kind of blend into one universal energy. So I feel the energy can both be stimulating and opening us up to all of these new perspectives, but it can also really highlight where you have been too self-absorbed and where you've lacked a sense of, you know, social responsibility. And that's what Pluto's going to do. It's really going to amplify this energy. And, you know, we're kind of all being asked to walk away from the drama, the chaos, the conflict, and the challenges, and to only call in and respond to people of high vibration on the lighter side of these energies. So when it comes to personal partnerships, you might have a lot of opposing and conflicting views today, especially if you feel yourself separating into this higher timeline, into this higher energy, because these low vibration energies are not going to mix with these higher activations that are coming through. So you might want to dismantle any false foundations, especially when it comes to relationships that are not working. And you might want to prepare yourself for some direct confrontation, which will ultimately lead to the collapse of a karmic contract in the energies. You know, so many of us pour all of our love and all of our energy into another person, and then we lose all of these standards of self. We lose ourselves in these connections with all of these expectations, unrealistic expectations. So choosing wisely is a big, big message, especially when it comes to romantic partnerships. And it is always through self-awareness of our own nature. That's how we can figure out, hey, is this a compatible match for me or not? So you might want to work with some quartz during the energies today, or kyanite is another good stone. I don't even know where I've got my kyanite, but I know I have some kyanite somewhere. Let me see if I can find it, guys. And all of my treasures of crystals, yeah, I don't know where my kyanite is, but quartz and kyanite would be some really good crystals to work with in the energies today, especially if you're feeling very ungrounded. I do suggest some black quartz or smoky quartz, grounding energies, and clear quartz to help channel all of these transcendental mental states. So let's jump in with the cards, guys, and see what else needs to come through in the energies today. Walking away. What do you need to walk away from? Why do you keep trying to fix something that's broken and not meant to be? Sometimes there is no resolution. There is no fixing something. So definitely needing to walk away from something that is broken, that is not repairable. And you're going to want to navigate very carefully through this release. I feel this huge release in order for us to call in those balanced soulmate connections. So what are your hopes? What are your wishes? Because we're stepping into compassion, kindness, and benevolence. And I feel get ready for that tower. If you've been in a false connection that's been riddled with drama, chaos, and conflict, I think the energy is asking you to walk away and to disconnect and relax. So let's see what else needs to come through with the Illumination Oracle deck for the energies for today. What else does the collective need to be aware of? embrace these changes, big changes. And maybe there's somebody that you want to spend time together with. But, you know, I think get ready for some exposure when it comes to somebody that's been hiding the truth, wearing a mask. Maybe somebody's been in a situation purely for the finances. But I kind of feel there's somebody getting ready to seize a new opportunity. So get ready to receive a message. Maybe you're dealing with somebody stuck in a karmic contract and they're getting ready to embrace change. They want to come forward and spend time with you, but they're going through an ending of some sort. They're going through a grief or loss of some sort. And maybe it's a loss of finances, but I feel somebody's been wearing a mask. Maybe somebody's been hiding the truth about how they really feel about you. But I think love is definitely in focus, and we're clearing out all of these karmic attachments. So could very well be a higher heart activation when it comes to maybe the door being locked on the past, something coming up for resolution in order to seize a new opportunity. And I do think somebody is really needing to seek that higher guidance. So get ready to embrace some big changes. There's definitely somebody that wants to spend time with you, somebody that likely has not even confessed these feelings to you. So get ready to receive a message of some sort. And yeah, walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve us, seeking out those soulful friendships, those divine counterpart unions, and only spending time and energy on people that actually contribute to your growth, your evolution, and really getting grounded and walking away from anybody that's been depleting you or keeping you stagnant. Because, you know, we've all been going through a lot of tough energies recently, and Spirit's always there to offer us the guidance, but we need only ask to receive the messages, and we always receive those messages through the heart space. So get ready to step into a brand new life cycle, a brand new relationship cycle. No matter what difficulties you've been going through, your life is about to look drastically different in a good way. Okay, so let's see what else needs to come through with the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck when it comes to these energies today. Somebody's been hiding the truth, though, and this could come in many different forms. So I do feel somebody has been guided to really see things at face value. There's without a doubt going to be a heart awakening of some sort as a major purge and cleanse ensues. So this Taurus new moon solar eclipse, it's a partial solar eclipse, is really getting us all to reevaluate our structures, our foundations. What do we value? What do we really want in our lives when it comes to heart-centered truth, accountability, authenticity? And I feel with this eclipse energy, it's amplifying our manifesting capabilities. So new moons are for setting those intentions and manifesting. Full moons are for releasing. And with all of this Taurus energy, it is about high moral values, high family structure values. So get ready to overcome a challenge or a roadblock of some sort and connect with your guides and your angels, because they are definitely guiding you forward towards your true soul's path and this spiritual journey. So get ready for a solution to spring out of nowhere when it comes to any challenges and roadblocks recently that you've been experiencing. And I find this, somebody's been blocked from coming forward and spending time with you because maybe they're hiding some truth on their heart. And then we do have the sadness and loss with the heart chakra awakening. So, you know, all endings do activate a layer of grief in order to open up our heart. So an activation within the heart, an opening of the heart chakra in order to really feel all of this universal love and to step into forgiveness and compassion. So definitely somebody's mask is falling off. Whoever's been hiding this truth is about to have a huge blow to their ego, is what I'm feeling. It is this major dismissal of the lower ego in order to step into compassion, love, and joy, and this understanding of this interconnectedness of everything. So a major release, a major purge and cleanse of everything in your life that can no longer remain when it comes to this new cycle. Negative people, get ready for some exposure when it comes to masks on negative people, addressing your own negative behaviors, any circumstances in your life that really have kept you stuck and stagnant. I think there's a major purging in order for in order for that reconnection to your higher self, because somebody's been getting the signs and the synchronicities in their face. Somebody here has been receiving that universal communication, whether it's through the number synchronicities, the signs, the symbols, music, and there is a deeper meaning. And maybe somebody's not wanted to take the veil of illusion off to understand these signs and synchronicities, but I feel you are protected from this person coming forward until this mask kind of falls off. So we're going to grab some messages from Spirit before jumping in with the tarot. Know when to walk away. Know when to walk away. I think somebody here is struggling, and I feel there's going to be a separation of some sort, because somebody's without a doubt overstepped some boundaries. And there's definitely a need to put those firm boundaries in place. And we need to all understand, we all experience this journey in our own unique energy, our own unique timeline. So know when to walk away. The divine is there to acknowledge that, yes, you're going through something very difficult. There is a need for some protection and guidance. So you might need to reach out and seek out that guidance in the energies. So we'll get a couple messages from Spirit. And then I am going to grab a few cards from the Cosmic Journey Oracle deck today. Choose people wisely. Only choose people that treat you with dignity and respect, and everybody else is not worth your time. So the angels are acknowledging that it's time to walk away from a situation for sure. If you've been struggling, you know, maybe you need to seek out some counsel, some compassion. Understanding this process will really allow you to flow through it. But there's definitely a need to walk away from something, to walk away from the struggles. And although you don't see it, there is without a doubt a divine plan at work. So that might even come in the form of a tower. So do be prepared for that, because you are definitely connected to somebody that's been depleting you, or maybe there's a reevaluation of what is causing you all of this dissatisfaction in your life. Where have you lacked nurturing yourself? Because this heart awakening is really going to get you to open up to process all of these deep emotions below the surface. And that truly is the first step towards the healing journey, is acknowledging what's been hidden on the heart and processing that once and for all. Coming soon. The ascending age of Aquarius. We are ascending the age of Pisces. And with that comes these higher frequency light code activations, a lot of truth about our humanitarian mission, and stepping into the light. So get ready for something to come back around, to be addressed that you've been repressing on your heart. And maybe you're learning a valuable lesson when it comes to some childhood wounding. Your 11-year-old self, can you look back and remember the purity of who you were before that first childhood trauma sunk in to distort your mental processing? Because I think, I just feel like somebody's going to be up in the clouds, and there's without a doubt something festering below the surface. It looks like somebody's ready to explode, a volcano. There's going to be an explosion of energy when it comes to any repressed childhood wounding, any repressed childhood memories. And I feel like as you go through this sacred activation, this sacred release, there's those states of transcendence, of up in the clouds, up in the clouds. So coming soon, we are going to be tapping into all of these ascension energies. And it does feel like this feeling of complete bliss when you tap into these higher frequencies. I think somebody's seeing something very, very clearly. Maybe somebody's had the rose-colored glasses on, and they're kind of coming off, and this one wanted to stay on the table. So bloom where you are planted. So I feel it's really time to plant those seeds for the future, for what it is that you truly want in your life, knowing what it is that you deserve, and mastering all of these karmic life lessons, because the universe is always conspiring to work with you, but you have to be consciously aware of these energies, and you need to be willing to cut away everything that is no longer meant for you in this next cycle. So you might be trimming your social circle up. You might be trimming some rotten branches that have been keeping you stuck and stagnant. And it's really time to, seed this new future energy. So, you decided to wake up this lifetime. This is what we came for. We decided to wake up for the age of Aquarius, for this ascension journey, in order for us to close out all of these ancestral patterns, these ancestral cycles. So it is a spiraling energy of understanding that this truly is a higher opportunity for growth and expansion. And I do feel there is a lot of ancestors coming through with the sadness and loss too. Somebody's got a lot of ancestors crossed over on the other side that really have been guiding them through all of these challenges. And if you feel like you've been spiraling out of control, I feel this huge release is coming, and we go from your 11-year-old self to your 111-year-old self. So it's taking all of this wisdom and bringing it forward to be those trailblazers. When we don't see the way forward, we're the ones making the way forward, and we do that by following our intuition and putting one foot in front of the other and understanding that we are all perfectly imperfect. And I love this one. A light only grows brighter by lighting another. So get ready to be, that torch holder for this spiritual mission, and to really grasp an understanding of who you are and how you can bring that wisdom forward, to be that trailblazer, to be that torch bearer for this cosmic ascension journey. So we all chose to wake up this life, and with these eclipse energies and the nodal energies coming up, there's going to be a lot of north and south node activations over the coming weeks, especially if you have a Taurus north node, Scorpio south node. That is all going to be activated with this eclipse energy between April 30th and May 16th. So get ready for a lot of exposure and clearing, because we are ascending these timelines from the past that were riddled in conflict and separation. So there's a lot of ancestral guidance when it comes to this great awakening, and there might be a few roadblocks, but a roadblock is always put in place as a form of protection. So if this person isn't coming forward yet, it's because they need to clear something out of their life first, and they really need to process these deep emotions on their heart to understand who they truly are before they can come forward. So there's definitely a major cycle closing out. I would like to read into your 11-year-old self and the ancestor energy, as well as your 111-year-old self, because it kind of feels like integrating your childlike innocence with all of this spiritual wisdom from your many, many lifetimes. So get ready to explore life from that childlike perspective. And I remember those ascension energies 3 years ago. Everything just seemed so vibrant, so alive. I could feel the pulsating energies of all of the trees and all of the nature around me. So what do you have to say when you look back at your childhood, and how can you tap into that inner child? Because when Pluto goes retrograde for 6 months or so, 5 or 6 months, it's going to be all about deep inner child healing work. So how can you play more? How can you tap into that childlike energy more? What did you like to do as a child that you've forgotten was there below the surface? We all have an inner creator, an inner artist. So what is it that you need to share from your childhood that maybe you've repressed because you've never felt safe to bring it to the surface? And, what did you recognize when it comes to familial patterns when you were young that you're kind of needing to integrate and break free from? So how would you treat your 11-year-old self? How would you tap into that magical child from within and get them to come out and play? Because I do feel there's a lot of knowledge coming forward, and it's this fullness of completion. And when you can tap into that inner child, you can also begin to tap into all of this guidance and wisdom from all of these past life timelines. And we're taking that South Node wisdom, grounding it with that Taurus North node, and building solid new structures for our life. So what do you want to bring into your life for the future? What do you need to dismantle that's kept you in skewed perceptions? So I feel it is through heartbreak and all of these perceived failures that we can extend into these transcendental states of higher perspectives and mental capacity. So somebody is being called to figure out their true path. Where are you not following your true lunar pathway? What obstacles ahead are you not seeing? Because there's some obstacles and there's some challenges ahead to be faced. And what mistakes have you made that you wish you could go back and rectify? And maybe you need to make some more mistakes to learn some lessons. I'm not sure, but maybe it's time to address any past regrets once and for all. I do feel there is a lot of ancestral guidance in and around you. So the ancestor card, this is about healing the historical timelines of the past. And if you look at history, it's always been about combat and war and you versus me. And now we're stepping into these higher timelines of unity consciousness. So it is about healing all of these karmic lineages from our family history, family structures, negative relationship structures, and stepping into that communal effort within the spiritual community. We all have ancestral lineage within our DNA structure. And that is what is being activated, is these soul memories, the soul plan versus the fated destined plan. So in order to ensure you're on the right track, you kind of have to go into all of these DNA structures of your ancestors, because they do make up a portion of who you truly are. And you get to choose how to piece yourself back together. It's like the coming apart of all of these false beliefs and putting yourself back together the way that you want to be put back together. So I feel there is a lot of ancestral communication getting ready to come forward in order for us to build those right relationships and those right family structures. So get ready to maybe take a visit down memory lane when it comes to your family tree, your ancestral tree. And I know that your ancestors are without a doubt rooting for you. So maybe ask yourselves this, ancestors, do you have a message for me? What kind of a message are you trying to bring forward? Maybe go into those childlike patterns. What was your relationship like with your mother and your father? And if you dig a little bit deeper, can you see where that was a repeated pattern with maybe your mother and your grandmother, or your father and your grandfather? And, you know, how can you clear that and not pass along the negative aspects, but only pass along the positive aspects of that relationship that you had? And what is it that you truly longed for, but you never realized you wanted it? So I think get ready for a realization of some sort. And what kind of information do you want to pass along for future generations when it comes to embracing making the world a better place? And what do you still need forgiveness for? Do you need to seek forgiveness? You know, what do you need to make amends for when it comes to any past actions? Because every cycle in life is a higher opportunity to step into these higher octave frequencies. So let's jump in with some tarot, guys, and see what else needs to come through. We'll see what else needs to come through for the tarot for today. Nine of Swords. Somebody's been all up in their headspace. So, you know, that's a lot of sleepless nights. Maybe somebody's been having nightmares, some bad dreams. But I feel this is due to lack of taking action. Somebody knows exactly what it is that they need to do to close out a negative cycle, but there's no action being taken. And when we get all stuck up in our head and we don't take action, it can create this never-ending onslaught of negative, repetitive, obsessive thoughts. And maybe there's a lot of, you know, nightmares coming up in the night when it comes to some past betrayal, so, or some past backstabbing energy. So there's going to be a lot of illumination when it comes to, you know, these hauntings of the past and needing to make amends. And it's like finally putting that nail in the coffin to lay the past to bed. And it could be this masculine that is getting ready to lay down a burden with this pre-empress. And maybe there's a masculine here that went towards a karmic contract that's been riddled with all kinds of chaos, conflict, and power struggles. and it's really caused a lot of sleepless nights. But I feel that final nail in the coffin, and somebody is getting ready to do the right thing, Aries. It doesn't have to be to lay down a long-standing burden in a soul contract that's not working. I think it come in to activate your heart, to serve as a catalyst, to get you to learn these strict lessons when it comes to structure and order in your life. Maybe there's going to be exposure of some betrayal coming out in order for something to finally be put to rest, put to bed. The releasing of a long-standing burden, and with that Archer energy, definitely a masculine, I feel, that is experiencing a heart awakening when it comes to what he truly wants, who's truly on his heart, which is this pre-empress and not this Queen of Wands. And maybe it was all fun and games at first, but there were secrets here, there was illusions here, there was a period of disillusionment, I think. Maybe this Queen of Wands has many options behind the scenes. Definitely a feminine operating out of her shadow self, whether it's a Scorpio or Pisces or Aries, Leo, Sag. But I think this person served as a catalyst for somebody's growth here. And it doesn't have to be a man, but a masculine energy in order for them to close out an ancestral cycle. And I think maybe this has been 9 months of losing sleep and having nightmares and being confused. There's definitely somebody that's tried to keep somebody confused and under the veil of illusion, trying to keep them, you know, in the dark. There's definitely something hidden when it comes to some past betrayal. And there is a divine pair on the board today. So this is really going to activate a heart chakra awakening in the energies today to get somebody to go within, to figure out who it is that they want to give this Holy Grail cup to. Who is it that I want to put the work into? But I do feel a heart awakening going into the loss. And maybe this was a connection that this masculine walked away from in the past. Maybe they did not see this person's worth or this value or their value. And now they've got a lot of regrets. They've got a lot of regrets. Maybe this pre-empress was the one that was betrayed. But she's definitely transformed her life. She's heart-centered. She's truthful. She's authentic. She's got a lot of abundance. And she's about to reap a harvest of some sort. And I feel this is activating a heart chakra awakening in this masculine's life. Could be dealing with a Virgo, a Libra. But I feel somebody is really going into the depths of the pain that they've caused this person due to all of this third-party drama. And maybe there was a whole social circle that talked trash and manipulated a situation. And now all somebody wants to do is come forward for that higher level of commitment, because I think they spent a lot of time in the dark being loyal to a situation where, you know, it was not received, it was not reciprocal. And there's going to be some communication. Somebody, I feel, wants to come forward and heal something broken, because there's some illumination coming forward in the energies today. So, and if you don't leave this negative situation on your own, things are about to get worse. So there is going to be a need to kind of go within and heal after this expansive truth kind of comes forward. And I feel somebody's been maybe going through healing. Maybe somebody is having some health issues. And if you're this Nine of Coins priestess energy, I think you're well aware of this person struggling. That you're well aware of this person going into the dark night of the soul as part of this expansion. So let's get another card on that, please. Because somebody's at the crossroads, and there's my Empress. So I think somebody's getting ready to come out of this death energy. Maybe somebody's been in this death transformation, you know, really sitting in this truth when it comes to this past heartbreak. And, you know, maybe they've not wanted to listen to the messages from Spirit, but, you know, they got their tin hat off now. And they're receiving the messages. And I don't think they're really sharing this with anybody. But somebody, I feel, is getting ready to take aggressive action to walk through the doorway of this new experience and to go after their true soulmate, because there's a lot of love here. And there is a higher heart activation when it comes to a spiritual union. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Aries, Libra, Pisces. But somebody is getting ready to take action towards their true love. And there is a feminine here getting ready to reap the rewards of all of her perseverance and hard work. She truly is unconditional love. This could even mean, you know, maybe you'll find out that you're pregnant and you've tried to be getting, you know, you've tried to conceive a child for a long time too. But I feel a twin flame connection coming together, because that third energy has already been birthed. And I feel all of these challenges are starting to dissipate in order for this spiritual union to come together. There's going to be this energy of two becoming one. Life partnership is in focus, and somebody is being divinely guided to fix something broken from the past. It could be a Cancer and a Taurus, an Aries and a Taurus, doesn't have to be. But strong Cancer, strong Aries, and strong Taurus energy. And, you know, Cancer is that mother energy. Taurus is, you know, the Empress, the birthing, Mother Earth. I always think of Mother Earth. And Aries, with all of that Aries energy right now, it's all about healing self-identity wounds. So get ready for some aggressive forward movement. Somebody's getting ready to take back control of their life, coming in with a lot of truth when it comes to a new beginning. So get ready for a lot of truth to be exposed, truth to be revealed about a missed opportunity from the past, and somebody wanting to come in for a new beginning. Because somebody's going through an awakening of some sort, and there's illusions being shattered, and maybe somebody was emotionally manipulated in a karmic situation that's really caused a lot of these mental blocks. And maybe somebody was stuck on a foundation filled with materialism and greed, but somebody's getting ready to walk away from that because they want a new beginning. Earth energy, a lot of Cancer coming through. So somebody was definitely dealing with an illusion of some sort with that moon, Neptunian energy, and was playing into a lot of fear. Maybe this karmic energy, you know, belittled somebody and put them down and made them think like they weren't worthy of going after what it is that they want. There's a lot of manipulation going on here. And maybe it was manipulation around money and finances, but somebody's getting ready to walk away from something that's no longer working. They're going through a period of expansion and really learning a valuable lesson about climbing the ladder to success. And I feel like this ascension energy coming through. So you might be expecting an apology of some sort. And I think somebody is getting ready to cut the ties with anything toxic in their life, putting in those boundaries. Somebody was definitely dealing with a connection that they felt chained to, like no way out. And maybe it's the karmic feminine that's cutting the sword, but it's like this energy of a double-edged sword. Releasing a contract where, you know, it might appear on the surface that the two of you have been working well together, but there's like a toxic trauma bond here. Maybe a materialistic bond. Maybe it was purely out of materialism and greed. I'm not sure, but we're going to look into this devil again. Somebody is definitely learning a lesson. And this is rooted around some childhood trauma, some childhood wounds. And if somebody's blocked communication with you, I think they are deeply wounded and they're trying to figure out how they can come back in for some healing after leaving a very toxic situation, because they've been juggling for quite some time. They've been on the fence for quite some time. And if they don't leave that situation on their own, I think they're about to get thrown out. So unavoidable shakeup, imminent change. You know, you can't build a foundation on lies, secrets, greed, or money. Foundations need to be built on love. So any foundations that weren't built in that pure energy of love, they're all going to be breaking down, aggressively breaking down, in order for us to fully enter into the age of Aquarius and the age of healing, authenticity. So we're manifesting our happily ever after, and somebody is needing to take action towards their dream. And maybe they've been dreaming about this coming into fruition, and now it's time to kind of take action, Pisces, because there's that life force activation, finding that inner strength and that inner determination to release all of the lying, stealing, and cheating. Maybe come back with a confession about some past betrayal. So I do believe, get ready to receive a message. Somebody here wants a brand new beginning, and we are manifesting these divine unions. The doorway is open. The portal gateway is open, and there is a masculine preparing to take those steps towards his feminine. to speak that truth after a long period of blockages and no communication. Yeah, I think somebody walked away from their wish fulfillment. They got tempted. Maybe they, weren't ready to fully commit, and now they're ready to face the dragon. I think somebody's ready to breathe fire out and get anybody out of their way that is stopping them from coming in with that offer, with that invite, in order to restore a sense of balance. So there's definitely going to be some fated destined change coming up here, guys. So get ready for a major wake up and a major shake up. And that's what I got for the energies for today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, I encourage you to check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.